It feels like just yesterday the legacy automakers, the giants from Detroit, Germany, and Japan, finally started taking electric cars seriously. They rolled out their shiny new EVs, threw billions at marketing, and promised to give Tesla a real run for its money. They were finally in the game. But what if, while they were just lacing up their cleats, Tesla was already preparing to change the rules of the game entirely? Because what's happening in 2026 isn't just another model year refresh. We're not talking about slightly bigger screens or a few more miles of range. This is a hard reset. It's a technological leap so big it threatens to make almost every other EV on the road, including Tesla's own, look like a flip phone in an age of smartphones. While the competition is busy trying to build their version of a 2017 Model 3, Tesla is launching a new generation of vehicles built on radical new technology. It's a full-stack revolution in manufacturing, AI, and automation that culminates in a 2026 lineup that is sending waves of genuine fear through the industry. So how is Tesla about to lap the competition again? To see where Tesla's going, you first have to understand the brutal spot everyone else is in. For years, the story was that the big car companies were sleeping giants. Once they woke up and aimed their massive resources at EVs, Tesla's head start would simply vanish. Well, the giants are awake now, and they've stumbled right into a financial nightmare. Companies like Ford, GM, and Volkswagen have poured hundreds of billions into their first wave of EVs. And to be fair, some of them are decent cars. The Mustang Mach-E, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the VW ID.4. These are credible efforts, but they all share a fatal flaw. They're profoundly unprofitable. For a while, reports showed Ford losing tens of thousands of dollars on every single Mach-E it sold. While those numbers have improved, the path to making money on EVs remains a brutal uphill climb, a huge contrast to Tesla's industry-leading profits. This puts them in a terrifying catch-22. To compete on price, they have to produce more cars, but the more cars they produce, the more money they lose, which terrifies investors. They're stuck between needing to scale and needing to stop the financial bleeding. Even worse is the software gap. These companies have been shockingly bad at building the intuitive, reliable software that acts as the soul of a modern car. Their infotainment systems are often laggy, their apps are clunky, and their over-the-air updates are a pale imitation of Tesla's seamless experience. They've already had to publicly admit defeat on charging, with nearly every major automaker now adopting Tesla's NACS plug. This was a necessary move for their customers, but it was also a white flag. They failed to build a charging network that could even touch the reliability of the supercharger network. They tried to build a moat and ended up paying tolls to use Tesla's bridge. So that's the scene. An industry losing money on its EVs, years behind on software, and now dependent on its main competitor for crucial infrastructure. They are fighting yesterday's war, perfecting their answer to a car Tesla released in 2017, and the ground is about to shift right under their feet. Tesla's 2026 strategy isn't just about new cars, it's about a whole new way of building things. It really comes down to three pillars that create an almost unbeatable advantage. The first is a revolution in manufacturing. For over a century, cars have been built the same way. A big, painted body moves down a line while workers and robots cram thousands of parts into it. Tesla is pioneering something called the unboxed model. Instead of one long line, the car is built in major subsections: the front, the back, and the structural battery pack, all at the same time. These modules are nearly complete before they come together at the very end. This massively simplifies the process, shrinks the factory size, cuts costs, and speeds everything up. The second pillar is designing its own silicon. While other companies buy their crucial AI chips from suppliers like NVIDIA, Tesla designs its own. This is the key. Their custom AI hardware, which powers both full self-driving and the Optimus robot, is built for their exact needs. This creates an insane feedback loop that no one else has. Data from the cars on the road informs the design of the next chip, which unlocks new features in the cars. It's the same playbook Apple used with its M-series chips to leave Intel in the dust. The third pillar is what you'll actually see on the road: the new vehicles. These aren't just new designs, they are built from the ground up to take advantage of the new manufacturing process and AI hardware. And this is where we find the two vehicles at the heart of the 2026 plan: the long-awaited RoboCab, now called the Cybercab, and a massive refresh of the world's most popular EV, the Model Y, reportedly codenamed Project Juniper. These aren't just two more cars, they're the physical proof of a new philosophy. For years, the Tesla RoboCab was just a concept, a promise from Elon Musk about a future of self-driving cars. Now it has a name, a design, and a target to begin production in 2026. It's called the Cybercab, and calling it a car kind of misses the point. This thing is a weapon aimed right at the multi-trillion-dollar transportation industry. Let's start with the design. It has no steering wheel, no pedals. It's designed for one thing: to be a passenger pod in an autonomous ride-hailing network. The interior is a futuristic lounge for two people, designed for maximum space and comfort. By ripping out all the parts needed for a human to drive, Tesla dramatically cuts cost, complexity, and weight. This design is only possible because Tesla is all in on its vision-based full self-driving system. The Cybercab is the ultimate vote of confidence in that tech. But let's be realistic about the timeline. The initial rollout won't be everywhere at once. It will almost certainly start in geographically fenced areas, like Austin or the Bay Area, where Tesla can get regulatory approval and manage the service closely. But the plan is to expand, city by city, with every mile driven making the whole system smarter. The truly terrifying part for competitors isn't the sci-fi design or the self-driving tech, it's the economics. Elon Musk has stated the goal is to build the Cybercab for around $30,000. Even more important, the target operating cost is projected to be under 20 cents per mile. To put that in perspective, the average cost to own and operate a new car in the US is climbing toward $1 per mile. An Uber or Lyft costs you $2 or $3 a mile. At under 20 cents per mile, a ride in a Cybercab could be cheaper than taking the bus. It would make owning a car for city driving financially insane for millions of people. Why would you buy, park, and insure a car when you can summon one for a fraction of the cost? The Cybercab doesn't compete with a Toyota Camry, it competes with the very idea of owning a car. It also makes Uber and Lyft, whose businesses rely on paying human drivers, look instantly obsolete. And how will Tesla do it? It's that unboxed manufacturing that helps them hit the low price point. The vehicle is also expected to feature an advanced 48-volt electrical architecture, a technical shift that dramatically reduces wiring, saving more cost and weight. So while Ford and GM celebrate cutting their EV losses, Tesla plans to launch a vehicle that generates high-margin revenue every hour of the day. This isn't a car, it's a robot designed to make money, and production is slated to begin in 2026. While the Cybercab is aimed at the future, Tesla's 2026 plan is also about dominating the present. In 2023, the Model Y did something once thought impossible. An EV became the single best-selling car model in the world. While legacy models like the Toyota RAV4 and Corolla have since battled back for the top global sales spot, the Model Y's achievement shook the industry. Now the competition is finally catching up, with every automaker launching an electric crossover to chase that success. That's where Project Juniper comes in. This isn't just a minor facelift for the Model Y planned for 2026, it's a massive overhaul designed to push the car so far ahead that the competition is left breathless. Based on leaks and the recent Model 3 Highland refresh, we can expect a sleeker, more aggressive look with new front and rear designs and sharper headlights. The interior is set to get an even bigger upgrade, adopting the cleaner, more premium feel of the new Model 3. This likely means higher quality materials, ambient lighting, and ventilated seats, addressing some of the only complaints about the current model. But the biggest changes are the ones you won't see. The Juniper refresh is a prime candidate for the switch to 48-volt low-voltage system. This might sound boring, but it's a huge engineering flex. It allows for much thinner wiring, which could cut the total wiring in the car by a huge amount, saving weight, cost, and complexity. It's a change other automakers have talked about for years, but have been too slow to implement. Tesla just does it. The refreshed Model Y for 2026 will continue to offer various configurations like the standard and long-range launch series, with ranges reportedly topping 327 miles, and all of them will be able to take advantage of the expanding V4 supercharger network. The eventual goal for these chargers is a staggering 350 kilowatts, but even at the 250 to 325 kilowatts we see now, that means adding hundreds of miles of range in the time it takes to grab a coffee. So, what does this mean for Ford, Hyundai, and VW? It's a nightmare. They're just now building strong competitors to the current Model Y. By 2026, they'll be facing a new one that's better looking, more premium, more efficient, and cheaper for Tesla to build. Tesla is taking its most successful product and giving it a massive upgrade right when everyone else is finally catching up to the original. It's a constantly moving target. The Cybercab and the new Model Y are just the tip of the iceberg. What truly makes Tesla's position so strong is the ecosystem of technology that no other automaker has. First, the brain. Tesla's custom AI hardware. The company is reportedly on the verge of its next-generation AI chip, often called HW5 or AI5, with production targeted for the second half of 2026. This isn't a small update. The performance claims are astronomical, with some reports suggesting it could be 10 to 50 times more powerful than the hardware in today's cars. Tesla isn't a car company buying chips, it's a robotics and AI company designing its own silicon. The data from billions of miles driven by its cars feeds its supercomputers, which then helps design the next chip. It's a virtuous cycle. This brings us to the workforce. Optimus. By 2026, the ambitious internal goal is for Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus Gen 3, to be a functional part of the factory floor, performing thousands of different tasks. The vision is mind-blowing. An army of robots building fleets of other robots. This is the path to solving manufacturing scale and slashing costs. The AI that learns to drive a car in the chaotic real world is the same fundamental AI that can teach a robot to work in a factory. Finally, you have the nuts and bolts. We mentioned the 48-volt architecture. This seemingly small detail is a revolution that makes cars lighter, cheaper, and more efficient. And then there's the fuel, the V4 superchargers and 4680 battery cells. Widespread V4 chargers will make EV road trips as quick as gas station stops, and the continued ramp-up of the 4680 structural battery packs simplifies manufacturing, reduces weight, and improves safety. When you put it all together, you see the true picture. Tesla isn't just a car company, it's a silicon designer, a robotics company, a software developer, and an energy company all in one. So, why is this a perfect storm for the legacy auto industry? Because they aren't just competing against a new car, they're competing against a new industrial system that is accelerating away from them. First, the cybercab is an existential threat to the 100-year-old business model of selling cars to people. If Tesla delivers transportation for a fraction of the cost of ownership, it could evaporate demand for a huge chunk of the market. Legacy Auto's answer is to sell more cars, not make owning one obsolete. Second, the refreshed Model Y resets the bar in the most important market segment. It weaponizes Tesla's manufacturing advantages to deliver a better product right as competitors start to catch up, putting immense pressure on their already fragile EV profits. And third, the technology gap is becoming a chasm. The competition isn't just a few years behind on EV design, they're a generation behind on the core tech. They don't have a custom AI chip program, a functional humanoid robot, or a revolutionary manufacturing process. They are playing a different game, and the rules are being written by the one company that controls every critical piece of the puzzle. So, while the rest of the auto world is fighting to make their first-generation EVs profitable, Tesla is preparing to unleash its second, a generation defined not by the cars themselves, but the revolutionary ecosystem that builds and runs them. A future where autonomous cybercabs could make owning a car in a city a choice instead of a necessity, and a refreshed Model Y redefines the family SUV all over again. The fear in the boardrooms of Legacy Auto is real, because they're realizing they aren't just trying to catch up to Tesla, they're trying to catch up to the future. But what do you think? Which of these moves poses the biggest threat to the traditional auto industry? Is it the cybercab, the new manufacturing methods, or something else? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.